Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. It's your boy Sly Lancy, and today we are back with some more Sly Cooper content. For today's video guys, we're going to be doing the top 10 worst Sly Cooper guards. Now, we did the best Sly Cooper guards in a video a few months ago, and I meant to do the worst guards video right afterwards. I apologize again guys, schedules got switched up a bit recently, but we're gonna continue on, and after this Sly Cooper video, I'm pretty sure the next Sly Cooper video will be the best missions, or every mission ranked worst to best. Yes, and I do mean every single mission. So, aside from that guys, let's get straight into the video. Sly Cooper worst guards. We're gonna be covering some of the worst guards that Sly and the gang have ever had to deal with, whether they're just being pathetically weak or just pathetically forgettable. So, aside from that, let's get into it. Number 10. Mountain Goats from Sly 2. While these guys aren't like overly bad or overly forgettable as some of the other guards on this list and even some of the honorable mentions list, they're here specifically for the fact that they're literally there just to call reinforcements. Like, at least with the Paris Rats, or even some of the other guards from Sly 2 that call reinforcements, at least they have something memorable about them. Anytime I play the Canada area, I'm more thinking about the ducks or the moose. The goats here in Canada, they just don't have that kind of like stigma or aura about them, the way that some other lower tier guards would have. So that's the main reason why I put them at number 10. Again, they're not the worst guard, but they're just very forgettable guards in my opinion. Number 9. The Italian Pigeons from Sly 3. Okay, so here's the thing. While these guys are by far more memorable than the Mountain Goats, they are much weaker than the Mountain Goats, which again, it goes hand in hand in a way. So that's the only reason why I put them not much lower, but just a spot lower on this list, because it's literally the fact that you could defeat these guys very easily. But they are a bit more memorable than the Mountain Goats, which is a major plus for them. If these pigeons didn't have to share the same area with some of the other guards on this list, which are by far some of the best guards in the entire franchise, then they would have definitely not made this worst list. Number 8. The Ghost Rats from Sly 1. These guards are very annoying if you fight them in bunches, but if they're by themselves, they are literally the easiest guards to kill in the entire franchise. It's just when they come in bunches together, like they do in Sly 1, when they're coming from the crypts in Miss Ruby's area, they can be very annoying to deal with. Especially when like you're right at the end, and then they attack you, and then you die, and then you're literally at the last health of the entire game, and you have to start all over again. That's what I get from these Ghost Rats every single time I played the first game. So these guys venture past tedious into the more annoying section, so that's one of the main reasons why they're number 8 on this list. Number 7. China Apes from Sly 1. The problem with these guards is the same problem that all the flashlight guards from most of the flashlight guards from Sly 1 have. Is the fact that they're just way too easy to defeat and kill. If these guards were more like the Mesa City guard dogs with the flashlights, then it'd be a completely different story. Cause and I didn't know this until very recently when someone put it out on Reddit, but apparently Panda King's world was supposed to be the very first world in the entire first game. So that makes a lot of sense as to why a lot of the guards are very easy to defeat and kill in there. So I can't hate on that too much, and I can't I can't put these guards any lower on the list, but out of all the flashlight guards in the game, this particular set is probably one of the easiest to deal with. One of the easiest. There's a couple more on these. There's a couple more flashlight guards from Sly 1 that's gonna make this list later, but this is just the very first one. So definitely not the worst flashlight guards in the entire game, but I would say that they don't rank any better than the Mesa City dogs by a long shot, even Miss Ruby's flashlight guards by a long shot too. Number 6. China's Chimpanzees from Sly 1. They are seriously not that threatening at all. I was very tempted, like, Before I did the best videos list, I was very tempted to put the ones from Sly 3 in the worst list, but at least they had something memorable about them. These guys just don't have anything memorable about them. And again, this goes into Sly 1 being the very first game in the franchise, where there was some hits and then there was some misses. So again, I'm not gonna fault the developers too much, especially since, again, we just recently learned that this was supposed to be the very first level in the entire Sly Cooper franchise, before they changed it to Sir Riley the Frog. Number 5. The Haitian Mosquitoes from Sly 1. Now, I am pretty certain that everybody in the comment section, myself included, hate mosquitoes in real life, because they are just the most annoying little suckers out there trying to be vampires, sucking out blood and nonsense. So yeah, you can bet that when I saw these guys in Sly 1, that they were going to be very, very annoying to deal with. And I hate them so much. Just because of my hatred for them in real life, I hate them even more in the video game. Like seriously, I can't get through a single football practice nowadays without 2 or 3 of them biting me. And how they operate in real life is how they operate in the game, in which they suck your blood, because you can literally see Sly curl up like a ball every time he gets his blood sucked by one of these guys. So I'll give the developers credit for maintaining that bit of charm that I've always said about the first few Sly games, that charm that made the game so beautiful. So I can always give credit where credit's due for that. But again, they did a great job at making me hate these guards a lot. And because much like the ghost rats, if they come at you in swarms, it's very hard to kill these guys. But if they come at you one by one, then it's very easy to kill these guys. So it goes from the tedious category to the annoying category, if that makes sense. Number 4. The Squids from Sir Riley's area from Sly 1. All they do is just spit their glob at you. That's it. That's literally it. I have nothing else to say about these guys. They just spit their glob at you. It's just pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I got nothing else to say. Number 3. The Mallet/Belly Walruses from Sly 1. Same exact area, only this time they are much more incompetent than the Squids. Somehow. So let me just get this out the way. These guys move so slow, it is funny. So like, if you get caught by one of these guards, you have to be either new to the game or that freaking pathetic of a Sly Cooper player. And I am not sorry for saying that. So yeah, like, you have to be very, very like incompetent to not kill these guys very easily, because again, they move slower than a bucket in molasses. It is not even funny. The only reason why these guys rank lower or higher on the worst list than the Squids is because at least the Squids move much quicker. Even if the attack is stupid, at least the Squids move much quicker than the Walruses do. The Walruses act like they have no time whatsoever. And that's funny because the Walruses that have the throwing stars, they are much more funnier. They're much more fun to deal with than the other guards, the other Walruses in the area. Number 2. The Fire Slugs from Sly 1. I was very tempted not to put these guys on the list because I don't really consider them actual guards per se. Even though they are in Clockwork's world during Sly 1, I think the technicality was the fact that we have to deal with them as a guard in the game. So I think that's why I only put them in this list, because they are very slow. Their only power up is that they basically are on fire when you try to deal with them. And aside from that, you know, there's really nothing much to say about these guys. I would definitely say the better guard in that area would be the robotic owls that Clockwork sends to Sly in the game, trying to kill them. The Fire Slugs are more there to just serve as an inconvenience to the group. So there's that. So I would go for that basically. Now, I could have easily put these guys as number 1 on the list, but there was one more set of guards on here that just annoyed the piss out of me every single time I play Sly. And you can already guess. Some of you may be able to guess it. Some of you may not be able to guess it. But yeah. So the Fire Slugs may be a close number 1, but they're not the definitive number 1. Okay guys, so before we get into the number 1 spot, as usual, let's get through the honorable mentions. Okay, so this particular honorable mention was brought to me by Belansky Meister. If you're watching, dude, thank you for the support as always, and thank you for the suggestion. But this honorable mention is Sly 3's hit systems. Because in Sly 2, you could actually hit some, and then they would actually have a response time. As to where in Sly 3, you keep hitting them, and they don't respond at all. Okay, now the actual honorable mentions. Japanese cranes from Sly 4. As gracious as they are in terms of their design and the way they move, I don't care for these guys at all. Japan Macarenes from Sly 4. Again, I'm not really fond of these guys either, much like the Japanese cranes. The Chihuahuas from Sly 3. I definitely prefer Twitchy Ned's dogs or the big buff dogs from Bloodbath Bay. I definitely prefer them the most, but the Chihuahua ones I don't really care for too much like that, but they're definitely not the worst set of guards by far. Okay, we are down to the number 1 spot, guys, and the number 1 spot is the Age Dodos from Sly 4. I freaking hate these things. Like, I hate them so much. They are probably the most annoying set of guards in the entire franchise, which is saying a lot. But, like, these things, they literally are the most pathetic set of guards I've seen in this entire franchise, and it's no contest. At least with the other guards, I feel like they have some type of purpose. These things, they look absolutely weak and pathetic as heck, while also attacking very poorly. I can't get behind them anytime I see them, and this is one of the reasons why this is my least favorite guard to deal with in the entire franchise. And that concludes today's video, guys. What'd you guys think of the list? Now, I'm gonna be honest, guys, this list was kinda like not one of my more favorite Sly Cooper videos to do. I still did it just for the fun of it, but this video was actually particularly hard to do because so many of these guards I just care very little about, but I know how much you guys love these videos, so I had to get this one out for you guys. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos, guys. It really means a lot. We just crossed 4,000 subscribers the other day. I'm so happy, and I'm so thankful for every single one of you who watch my videos. Whatever video I put on the channel really means a lot to me. I also want to shout out to everybody who's been here since day 1 and sticking with me through day 1. I appreciate it greatly. I also want to thank all my friends who helped me out on all the other videos that I do, not just the Sly ones. They are very helpful and very loving, and I wouldn't be able to get this far without them. So thank you everyone for all the support you guys always give me. It really does mean a lot to me. So as always, this is your boy Sly Lancy, and I'll see you guys next time.